I have had the lowest cost per acquisition in the history of my business this week. The lowest cost per acquisition, and I did nothing new. I haven't even uploaded a new ad since last week. All of a sudden, my books that were like $80 cost per acquisition, so it would cost me $80 in marketing, they were down to like $11 in marketing for my acquisition. So just on the front end funnel, they were profitable. So that's what I experienced. Has anybody else experienced a slowdown with their ads? I see
I
Shawnee
have.
going to the mute button.
Uh,
Richard saw a slowdown.
yeah, it seemed to like really do very well at the beginning. I mean, I had tons of people reaching out, and I still have people reaching out. I just got one today, two today, but they haven't reached, they haven't registered. They're reaching out saying, "Hey, I'm interested," but it like peaked and then it just kind of slowed down now. So now I'm getting more just questions. No commitments right now. I was just looking at the range there, where I teach. There's someone that does a 2 hour course there. I'm way under what they're charging 140 per person for a basic pistol. So that, I mean, I guess it's a good thing because that's the first thing people say. Hey, I couldn't, turn down the offer, man. $75 plus bring a friend. But eventually I think I'm gonna have to bring that up a bit. But I don't know how well that other person's doing either, though, because I seem to be beating them out on the calendar because I looked at their calendar and they don't have a lot of bookings either. So,
Well, remember, it's not about price. Price is irrelevant as long as
oh
you're
yeah,
giving
yeah,
value for that price.
yeah.
So that said, though, Shawnee, I'd like to hear from you and Jim. I know you're running ads too.
I actually just pulled mine up to look. I haven't looked at my ads manager. Can you hear me okay? I'm in the back of
Yes.
my work. It's loud. Okay. I just pulled mine up and I just see for this month, doing pretty good. My women's beginner's class, which is my main selling point. So far I've had 42 people buy. I'm at my cost per person is at $6.45. I sell the tickets for $25 and I upsell at least probably 60% of the people. What actually is doing my concealed carry ad, I'm at $152 per result. I only have one result, but the only thing is that class I'm asking for $200. Hardly anybody pays me $200 on the ad. I have to get on the phone, but my closing rate for the concealed carry people is through the roof. I just put up a class last week and I got 8 people that I called on the phone and closed. And so my ads are doing pretty good right now. I don't know, maybe it's where I'm at. Maybe in DC, the people are riled up and ready to go and ready to start working. But my ads are kicking butt.
Okay, and Jim, I know you mentioned earlier today in our private message, you said, when we get back, I want to try some new ads. Is that because of performance, or is that because of just staleness, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, we're down under 3% on our click through rate in the past week, and so it's after running that exact same ad, I mean, we're still getting bookings for the webinar. That's still happening frequently. Um, but I want to change this up. We have more than doubled our ad spend, so we're reaching a fair amount of people. But I just want to change the thing now. A few things have changed with our business. We're now bundling different things. I want to update the funnel. So it's time after now. Shoot, what's it been? 6 weeks at
Yeah,
least.
you haven't touched new ads in 6 weeks. You got
No,
lucky. Yeah,
I
you got
mean, we
lucky.
we've gone through over 200 dealers,
Yeah.
and so yeah, it's just a matter of updating what we've got and recycling everything. The ad is still, I think it's still successful. It's still working, but I want to update things because a few things have changed on our side.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Murph. So tell me about your offer. What is your offer?
Well, I got two different ones. I got one for the gym. That's the April mistake we talked about, and I got the basic firearm safety class with the baby ad that you saw.
Okay.
So one of them's running at a 338 and a 125. Um, that's the fitness ad, and the shooting one, the basic firearm safety one, was running a, where are we? 8.16 CTR with a 1.9 outbound. but I'm getting no sales.
Okay. So if your ads are working and the offer is not, then it's your offer. Okay. So when I say what is the offer, you said concealed carry class, but when I ask Richard what is offer, Richard, what is your offer?
So I'm doing the $75 bring a friend free for a 2 hour basic shooter course.
Right. So
Beginner course.
So I'm going to interrupt you right there. So you see the difference in the response is that Richard is coming and saying, I'm doing a $75 class, bring a friend for free. The additional part of that is Richard's class is normally $249 per person, but right now you can sign up and for $75 and bring a friend for free. So that's Richard's offer. So Murph, you've been running your concealed carry class since you first started. When your ads first started, when you first started getting your ads were kicking ass, and then they have slowly been being reduced.
No,
And
they really reduced when the
Andromeda,
algorithm. Thank you,
yeah,
Andromeda
yeah,
kicked on.
yeah. So that said, the solution is look at the basics, look at your offer, and look at your ads. Right. So what I mean by that is you ran, hey, just take this class for $99. Now create a new offer, and that means new ads. That
Mhm.
means a revised funnel, so that the funnel that you had for $99, you need to tweak that a little bit so that people feel like they're getting more value out of it, or another reason to do it now, another sense of urgency. I know in the beginning you were talking about the new laws in Massachusetts. Have those new laws in Massachusetts happened yet?
Not yet. They're scheduled no sooner than April, but nobody really knows.
Has there been any sort of recent update that you can create content based on?
No, but I can recycle the old update.
So what I would do is I would recycle it like it's a new sense of urgency that matters now rather than before, and also make your landing page congruent to that, right?
Mhm.
Your headline is following what your urgency is talking about in your ad. And
Right.
also if you and offer is not necessarily about price, but if you are very clearly listing the value, right? The value for Richard is, class is normally 249, now it's 75. There's a huge amount of value because you're saving money. Then, as an added piece of cake on top, you get to bring a friend for free. So this is an added piece of value. And the reason that we're doing that, bring a friend for free, is so that at the end of Richard's class, he's got double the amount of people he can pitch his upsell to. So he's not only bringing one person, every time somebody signs up, it's actually two people, right? So maybe do something along those lines, Murph. In fact, if you want a template for a new shooter accelerator, I've got the template for you. You can
I'll
just
take it.
take the template. Okay, Toby, can you drop a new shooter accelerator workshop into Murph's account real quick, a snapshot? And if anybody else in the group wants that snapshot, message in the general chat so that we can get you that snapshot. But the idea remains that people will do anything you want them to do as long as the value, what you're asking from them, is smaller than the value they're getting from you. And so we need to go when ads, because there is one truth in business, and that is your cost to acquire a new customer will always be more expensive than it is today. Today will always be the cheapest day for you to acquire a new customer. The cost will always go up. And so that's why we have such a sense of urgency. Okay. Um, so, Toby, a lot more people are saying in chat that they want a copy of that. Jeffrey, did you just raise your hand? Did I miss that?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
So, I'd like speaking about or speaking to campaigns, gotten a lot of guidance from this group on and you, Andy, on my general awareness campaign, and it's basically just informing the community that I'm here
That you're alive.
and
Yep.
that I'm alive. Also, if they opt in, they get enrolled in a free month of shooting drawing, right? So I'm going to share my screen real quick, and I just want to show you these results that I think I'm pretty proud of for this campaign. Can you see my screen?
We are seeing your screen.
Yeah. So almost 28,000 impressions. I'm at $4, just over $4 per opt-in, and I've had 77 opt-ins in the last 30 days.
And
I'm,
look at your CTR and your outbound CTR. Look at your post comments. Like these ads are just killing it for you.
yeah, yeah.
So
They feel good.
yeah, so his CTR on his ads. Remember, our we need a 3% CTR all and a 1% outbound CTR. And in these ones, here's almost seven, almost seven, 5.5, almost six, 8.19, which leaves him with an average of 5.81. And his unique outbound is on average 4.12. And that's just absolutely killing it. So now what I want to do is I want you to pull up, now that we're seeing that the ads, we get a good checkbox because not only are our CTR all and our outbound CTR in good shape, but our cost per acquisition is $4.05. I mean, that is just an amazing. Every time he gives Facebook $4, he gets a new email address, email and phone number of somebody that wants to come and become part of his range, right? That is huge. So if you don't mind, let's go a step further and let's look at your landing page. Let's look at the offer and let's look at the stats on it as well. So if you want to pull up Momentum HQ
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and go to
yeah.
stats, that'd be awesome.
You see this? You're seeing the whole screen? You're seeing me log
Yep, we
in?
can see this. Yes.
Great.
And if you just want to hit the stats button first. So what we're looking for is a 20% opt-in and we're only
This
getting
is
5%. But if you want it, your date range said the last 30 days, which is what this is also. So guys, whenever you're matching up and you're looking at your ads manager, you just want to make sure that your dates here match your dates here. And in this case, they do. So he's only getting a 5% opt-in, which is 15% lower than we would want for a non-paid opt-in. But at $4 cost per acquisition, I would challenge to say, should we even go mess with something that's working? Right? Because sure, then we get a $2 cost per acquisition, but I don't think that that's going to move the needle enough. I think that the needle moving is going to be that we want to get these 39 people or the 77 people, whatever it is. We want to get those people through the door. So, do we have a definitive way to say how many of those people actually came through the door and became members?
not members, but what I'm doing, and we have collected two so far, is when they opt in, they get email, text message. The emails tells them to come in the next 10 days, bring the email, and they'll get to shoot on the range for free. No, I'm sorry, they'll get a free T-shirt when they buy an hour range time, and we've given away two in the last week.
Wow. Okay, so two people have come in for that. And were there any sales with that, or did they just come grab the free shirt and do the free shooting?
Well, not free shooting. They bought range time.
Oh, they did. Okay, great. All right.
Hmm.
So, real quick, let's go and look at our ads here again. And so, total ad spend was $3,100. This is going really well. So, that said, do you want to share to the group what your funnel looks like as well?
Sure.
So this is the landing page. So the idea here is that if they enter their name, email, and phone number, they're going to be entered to win a monthly drawing. So the VIP Insider Club and a month of unlimited free shooting. So the whole idea here is that he has an awareness campaign. So he wasn't even Jeffrey wasn't even really focused on getting a lot of emails signed up. Obviously, that's a side benefit, but he just wanted people to know that he exists because this is really his first foray into Facebook ads. And so it's the easy picking. It's the easy picking that Richard experienced. It's the easy picking that Murph experienced. It's going to get harder as we go. And that's why our offer gets more important. That's why Murph is in a point right now where his offer is the next thing that he needs to work on, right? Richard, same thing. For Richard, I don't think that it's your offer. I don't think you've exhausted your offer. I think you've exhausted those ads. And I think it's time for new ads. But that's what we're doing here. And Jeffrey, I also see some new ads that you've added as well. So that those new ads, when did you add them? And are those the ones that are performing, or was it the original ones that are performing now?
Original ones are performing. Um, Yeah, I added them almost a week ago.
Got it. Okay.
I add local 5 and 6.
Yep. Well, keeping that refreshed gives Facebook the opportunity to test those ads against the other ads that are performing as well. So, yeah, this is a great campaign, and you've already had people through the door. I would encourage you to think about maybe even increasing your budget by 20% and seeing how those ads go as well. When you have a funnel that's working, your next step is to increase your ads at 20% at a time.
Okay.
Yep.
Um, Related but not related. I just want to, does anyone have any experience? I was getting ready to roll out a campaign to sell our private instruction, private lessons. And I've been working with somebody in the industry, and I'm kind of looking at maybe uh, selling those as a package as opposed to individual lessons now, and then having a $39 assessment to develop a plan for success ultimately of what the person's based on their skill level, what they're trying to attain, that sort of thing, and advertising the $39 assessment, regular $79 or something. Does anybody have any experience with doing something like that, assessing, and then at the end of the assessment, you build a path for them for success with kind of benchmarks along the way of where we think we can have them in a 3 or 5 package, personalized private lesson plan?
Yeah, so I've done that on the firearm side, but on the fitness side, we do that all the time. I own a gym, personal training company as well. And what we do is we give away 2 new member orientations. It's basically a free personal training session, or it's a low barrier of entry, right? So you get somebody that's coming in, they come in on the free pass, low barrier of entry, right? Low hanging fruit. And we do it with something called a training day. Once a month, we do a squat, a bench press, or a deadlift training day where you come in, we teach you how to do one of those exercises, 2 hours, $20. And that's a low barrier of entry. And that's basically what you're saying. It's an assessment. They get the information in that class. And then on every training day that we've ever had, we've always upsold at least one person into a 12-pack minimum personal training, which is going to be like $900, or a 36-pack, which is about, I don't know, $2,800, $2,900, something like that. And on the NMOs, we'll typically be able to get somebody that runs about a 50% rate, the free personal trainer with the week pass or something like
Mm.
that, as we'll be able to upsell them onto some form of either premium membership at 300 a month or some personal training package, a 4-pack, 12-pack, whatever. So that's a good thing to do. I've only done it a little bit on the firearm side with my simulator. I do a pistol skill builder class, and I've run a few of those and then flip those people into either further group training classes or further private lessons. So it's a great
Mm.
idea. It does work.